knowledgeable. Trust Zia Abbas.
Buy low and sell high with Zia Abbas.
Hi viewers, I'm Zia Abbas and you are watching Buy Low and Sell High. In today's episode, our first guest would be Barbara Lawler and Marco from Cosmos Development Project in Vaughan. Beautiful project, and we're going to discuss about that. The second guest would be Tariq Muinuddin from Abrahams LLP, and Tariq would discuss the difference among both closings, resale homes as well as pre-construction. And the last guest would be Amin Noorani. Amin Noorani would be discussing about the tax opportunities. Let's go to Barbara and Marco. Stay with us.
Buy low and sell high with Zia Abbas.
Hi viewers, I'm sitting with a very important panel today. Marco Felice is sitting with me, Senior Vice President, Liberty Development, and Barbara Lawler, President, Baker Realty, and Angelica Beckman is also sitting with me as my associate. We are all quite excited about Liberty Development Project Cosmos in Vaughan. So just keep watching us. There is a lot of information coming your way. Thank you very much for all of you. Marco, thank you very much. Especially you just made a time out of your very busy schedule. Tell us a little bit about Liberty Development.
Sure. Thanks, Zia, for having us here today.
Thank you.
We appreciate your support and interest in our projects. Liberty Development's been around for approximately 20 years. We've developed over 5,000 condominium apartments and over 6 million square feet of development in total, including office buildings such as Liberty Square, Office on Yonge, and Liberty Suites Hotel. So we're primarily a developer of high-rise condominium.
Wonderful. But why Vaughan this time?
Vaughan provides tremendous opportunity. We believe that Highway 7 is the new Yonge Street. And with a lot of transit, infrastructure spending being committed and actually in the ground by the federal government, the province of Ontario, the region of York, and the local municipality, believe that the start of the new subway line is going to be one of the most exciting areas to come in the GTA.
Wonderful. Barbara, I'm coming to you.
Yes.
I know Baker Realty is a marketing company, for Cosmos project, and Liberty Development, lots of awards. What you say about that?
It's our first time to represent Liberty, and we're really excited.
Yes.
Liberty has been honored by their peers in our industry with Pinnacle Awards on many occasions. They've been named the Community of the Year on 2 occasions by Build, and the Ontario Home Builders Association has given them the Award of Excellence for the best high-rise design building in 2011 for their World on Yonge. And I think what's really exciting about that is the architectural design.
Okay.
And they work really hard at that in-house.
Yeah.
Their architecture is in-house, and that's a very unusual thing for many developers.
Wonderful. Usually when the project starts, you can tell in the beginning by, this project is really getting hyped up, right?
Yes.
This mass email, this penetration into a social media tells that, this project would have a really great success.
Well, we apparently our agent Baker has told us that this is the highest open rate for an e-blast regarding an agent event that they've ever had.
Wow.
And it was issued, no doubt, on a Friday night. So
Yeah.
while people were resting after a long week of work, we were surprised to see after 9 o'clock the amount of people that actually RSVP'd already before Saturday morning hit. So the amount of interest is overwhelming. We appreciate all the interest from the agents and the public, and we're really excited to bring the product to market. There's been a lot of effort that's gone into it.
Yeah.
We do spend a lot of time on design, building locations, layout, looking at amenities in terms of what are the items that people and customers like to have in their building, as well as suite design and layout. We're really trying to spend a lot of time to make sure that suites are efficient, well designed, and very livable for the consumers.
No, great. Liberty Development is very well known to build a vertical neighborhood. What you guys do are different than other developers?
We have the slight advantage over our colleagues in the industry
Yes.
from having experience over 20 years in this business in building high-rises in the 905. So we have a bit of experience in understanding what consumers prefer, what consumers may not prefer, what may work on an operation basis versus what may need to be adjusted for future buildings. So each subsequent building has learned from some of the possible challenges from the prior building. We're not just cookie cutter buildings going forward that may be stapled from someone else's drawings from a previous building, which can happen. We spend a lot of time on individualizing the project to understand what the market interests are and really try and make the product not just sellable, but livable and usable for the users.
And how you guys backed up with a good customer service?
We've spent a lot of time over the last few years improving the customer service area. There's a lot more effort from the province of Ontario to make sure that consumers do get what they pay for. We spent a lot of energy on this, and over the last 3 projects where we've occupied over 2,500 apartments in the last 3 years, we've significantly changed our processes in terms of the PDI, the customer education process, the response to customers. And this gets translated into the construction, because the advantage for Liberty is Darkon is an established construction manager that works very closely with Liberty. And so all the learning opportunities that come back from customers' feedback get integrated into the construction process, and also at the beginning of the next cycle in the design loop of future buildings.
Wonderful. No, thank you very much. And Barbara, at the end, I just want to discuss the whole process. So how this selling process would work.
Well, Zia, as you know, we will be advertising and putting the word out to the brokerage community and to the public at large.
Yes.
And we're looking forward. We have a wonderful presentation center that we're just putting the final touches to it now. So we're hoping to bring it to market in the next couple of weeks. So we will keep the word getting out there as we get closer to our launch.
We do have a unique feature, though. We have a couple features that we haven't even told Barbara about that we're planning to announce on the day of the launch. But we do have a unique feature for agents in alignment with the style of the building, which is very futuristic, modern, ultra-looking, lots of white, lots of spaces. We put a white Tesla in the sales office, and we're offering up a Tesla as a prize for agents who achieve certain goal results. But it's all part of the theme of being forward-thinking, sustainability, consciousness in the future, paying attention to our children and type of future we want them to be in, and really focusing on the transit and access to university, which is nearby. You can look at the subways from the front entrance of the sales office, which is not a very common thing in a lot of developments. And being close to York University, as well as 20 minutes to Yorkdale and 40 minutes to downtown, isn't that bad either.
Next to a main highway 400, right?
You're next to all the main infrastructures, 400, 407, Highway 7. You're next to great golf courses, you're near art galleries. It's a fantastic location for move-down buyers or startup buyers alike.
Great, guys. Thank you very much to all of you. It's a really great opportunity for all of us. Viewers, don't miss this opportunity. It's indeed one of the best building in a very desirable area by a very well-known developer, Liberty Development. We'll go on a quick break. Stay with us.
Buy low and sell high with Zia Abbas.
Hi, I'm Zia Abbas, the president and owner of Realty Point franchise. I invite you to make this year the year you become the boss for yourself through real estate ownership. Our brokerage franchises pay low per transaction fee to have access to office space, deal administrative, meeting space, all at no additional cost. Top producing brokers can save thousands of dollars in annual income taxes through brokerage ownership. Isn't it time you added owner, president, and broker of record to your own accomplishment? Call me with the confidence.
Are you confused about the new mortgage rules that you may or may not qualify for your mortgage or for your next investment property? Do you need expert mortgage advice? Call Team Salman today to get the right advice and find out how you can qualify for the mortgage you deserve. Call today or visit us at www.teamsalman.com. We deliver mortgages.
ABN is a full-service boutique accounting firm. ABN can provide you with a range of financial and advisory services that can help create, build, and protect value. See beyond the numbers. CPAs can do so much more.
For over 20 years, Baker Real Estate has been proud to represent the most successful new construction condominium developers in Toronto. When you buy through Baker, you know you've bought the best.
Abrahams LLP. We provide services in corporate law, civil litigation, and real estate.
We are lawyers to Toronto's entrepreneur.
Buy low and sell high with Zia Abbas.
Hi viewers, I'm sitting with Tariq Muhyiddin, lawyer from Abrahams LLP. Today's topic is very important because we're going to cover two different areas. Tariq, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Zia.
Thank you very much. Thank you for coming on board. In the previous episode, we did talk about a review in a pre-construction. So if a true end user or buyer or investor who buys property, they must review their agreement of purchase and sale through their lawyer within 10 days because it's a cooling off period. My first question to you is resale homes closing versus a pre-construction new home closing. What is the difference among both?
All right, and I think resale is what we're most familiar with, where you go to an open house, you see the property, you make your offer, it's accepted, and then you're kind of done. Maybe you'll have an inspection or a mortgage you have to arrange, but on the offer you say, I'm buying the property for this much, I'm closing on this date, and those things are pretty much certain. When you're doing pre-construction homes, it's different. For one thing, you don't get to walk around in the house and see what you're buying.
Exactly.
And so you may have floor plans, you may have showrooms or model houses,
Yes.
but they're not exactly what you're going to get.
Exactly.
And it could be the city makes changes, it could be that you yourself make changes when you do your upgrades, but everything is imaginary until it's all before you at the time of closing, and at that point you're kind of stuck with whatever is there. So it's important that when you make your offer, when you look at these floor plans and these model homes, and when you make your upgrades, you have a good vision of what you're getting, because once it's all done, it's too late to do anything about it. Another big difference is the closing date.
Yes.
So when I go into a house and buy it resale, I can say, I'm going to close this on June 1st, and it'll close on June 1st. When I buy the house pre-construction, we'll have this form that says our first possible date may be June 1st, but it could be delayed, and it could end up finally closing maybe June 1st of the following year, and we have to accept that. And so you need to be more flexible in your own living arrangements if you're moving into the property, right? You can't have a hard date where you have to move out of where you're living because there's no guarantee the house could be ready at that time.
So basically you are in the pre-construction, you will be more or less relying on the solid lines like a 2D floor plan rather than visionary, right?
That's right. But even on the 2D floor plans, on the bottom of every floor plan, there'll be a couple of magic letters, E and OE, which means errors and omissions accepted. And so basically, they can say, well, here's what we had on the floor plans, but maybe we made a slight mistake on the drawing. Or this floor plan was based on a certain lot elevation and ours has changed, so we've had to make some slight changes. And the builder's allowed to make these changes. And so, unlike the regular resale property where you know what you're getting, there will be some uncertainty and variance, which you just have to, I guess, take into account when you're making your offer.
As you mentioned, that closing date is not set in the pre-construction homes. So, and Tarion do allow builder for certain extension. Can you explain that?
Yes. And so in the back of your agreement, you'll have this schedule, which is a Tarion statement of critical dates.
Yes.
And the first date it'll give you is the first date the builder thinks the house will be ready for you to live in. But underneath it, they'll have additional dates where if they can't make the first one for whatever reason, they can delay it to another one, provided they give you enough notice. And generally speaking, they've got to let you know at least 90 days ahead of time if they're changing the date. And then towards the bottom of this paper, they've got a final date where this is the last date the builder says your house will be ready. And if it's not ready by then you actually have the right to cancel the agreement because it's taken too long. But generally, for a home, you're looking at somewhere between 1 to 2 years between the first possible date and the last possible date. Now, for a home, you're not building multiple, 20, 30 stories, so it won't be a 2-year wait, but don't count on it being exactly what the first date is.
So, among these purchasers, there is really a lot of competition, and the seller concentration is to get an offer without any conditions. So, when these offer comes to you as a lawyer, how you see it?
Well, to a degree for a lawyer, there isn't much of a difference between an offer with conditions and an offer without, because by the time it gets to our office, usually all the conditions have been waived. And so we know it's a firm deal, whether it's okay for the buyers or not. But from the buyer's perspective, when you make this offer with no conditions, what does it mean? Well, A, you have to be 100% sure you can get the mortgage. And you have to make sure you can get the mortgage not just on your own qualification, so your income, your down payment, and things like that, but also on the house itself. And so maybe there were 14 other offers, and so you paid $100,000 over asking or something like that. And in your mind, you are saying, well, 80% of this is coming from the bank for the mortgage, I have my 20%, I'm okay. Well, when the time comes for the financing, the bank may come and they decide the property is not worth what you paid it as far as their appraisal is. And so then, instead of you having to pay 20%, maybe you'll have to put down 30% because the bank's mortgage is going to be lower than what you had banked on. And so if you're doing something without a condition for the financing, make sure you have money on the side to cover this.
Exactly.
Similarly, nowadays if you make an offer without condition, that means you're not going to have an inspection done of the property as well. And so there could be issues with the property which were there and you never found. And so similarly, budget, say 1-2% of the purchase price on the side for any further repairs you may have to do after closing, because we don't know exactly what we're getting into.
Oh, great. Thank you very much, Tariq. Thank you for explaining everything. Viewers, as you've seen, it is very important that you should know what will be the consequences to close your deal without conditions in resale homes. Pre-construction, as Tariq explained you, it's very important that you have to go word by word, line by line with your lawyer about the statement of adjustment to understand everything. We'll go to the next segment. Stay with us.
Buy low and sell high with Zia Abbas.
Hi viewers, I'm with Amin Noorani, a very experienced chartered accountant from ABN Corporation. Tax season is going on these days. Let's have some questions from tax perspective. Hi Amin, how are you?
I'm good, Zia.
Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us. It's a tax season. My first question to you is tax planning opportunity. What is this opportunity exactly?
Zia, as you know that this is right now the tax season is on. All individual has to file taxes. So there are some, not much, but there are still some tax planning opportunities available in Canada, which we will discuss. Although we have also discussed these maybe in bits and pieces. We have discussed these opportunities in the past, but I would like to summarize once again because this is right now it's a hot time. Anyways, so the first and foremost opportunity available to every one of us is the RRSP, and I'm sure most of the audience are aware of what the RRSPs are. It's a retirement registered savings plan, and that is I would say it's a must for everybody, because at the time of the retirement in Canada, especially in North America, you do not have a RRSP from your children. You have to be on your own, right? So that is very, very important. That is 18% of your taxable income, or maximum up to 24,930. So what basically the RRSP does is defer your taxes. It reduces your income by whatever your contribution is. So then, and your taxable income become reduced by that amount. So then you pay less taxes right now, and then eventually when you withdraw that money at that point in time, whatever your tax bracket is going to be, you're going to pay on a lower tax bracket usually, because at that point in time your income is going to be lower. So that's one and the most important thing. Second thing is RESP. It is the education saving plan, and that is available to finance your child's education, and it is an amazing opportunity offered by the government, and that is 20% of your contribution is matched by the government. So it means that if the maximum amount per child is $2,500, in other words, government matches 20% of that amount, and it's a free income, absolutely. And also the income on those contribution is also taxed in the hand of the child when they are going to withdraw that money, or over the period of time when they are going to withdraw it. At that point in time is going to be taxable, but when the child is studying at that point in time, they don't have any substantial income, so eventually it also becomes a tax free. So make sure that these two opportunities are being available, and you take advantage of it. Now it also depends on the third one is the TFSA, that's a tax free savings account, that is $5,500 available to every individual, and it is also tax sheltered opportunities, means that you do not pay tax on whatever the return which you are getting into those investment. And so, but again, you have a limited disposable income. At that point in time, you have to see which one is more beneficial. That is you have to choose between RRSP, RESP and TFSA. So these are the three prime opportunities available to you. Besides that, you also, if you have any kind of an investment, in that situation you have to structure investment in a way where you can take the advantage of the interest, because if you, for example, in a pre-construction, if you are putting $100,000, make sure that you structure it properly, so then you can even take advantage of the interest which you have put into that investment.
Exactly.
So that is also very important. Charitable donations is another opportunity. Every one of us, right? As you know, Canada is a very philanthropic country. It's one of the most philanthropic country in the world, right? Everybody donates. So in that situation, ensure that you deduct the charitable donations with if you have a spouse, then from whoever has a higher income, they will take the best advantage out of it, right? So that's another thing. If you have any kind of a small business or a business, make sure that there is an advantage on the incorporating those businesses. There are tons of opportunities available on that one. I don't have a time to discuss individual opportunities. Maybe we can discuss on a later episode. But the first and foremost is the mix of the salary and the dividend, right? So there is an opportunity available on that one. The income splitting, if your family member is working on corporations. Besides that, there are many expenses which you can claim against the business. Although if you have a sole proprietor, you can also do that, but they are more legitimate in this in corporations. Student tax credit, right? If you have contributed to help your child to pay the fees, and in that situation, if your child is not working, they do not have any income at that point, in that situation you can even deduct $5,000 on your parents' return or the grandparents' return. So that's another option available. Pension plan. Pension is also a great opportunity if you can split the pension income between your spouse. So that's another opportunity you have. Make sure that you prepare and update a will, because in case of death, in any case, if between the spouses something happens at that point in time, there are tax opportunities on that one. So these are the main things which you can ensure that these opportunities are available to you, and make sure that you go to the right accountant, because it's very important. Everybody can prepare the tax returns very easily, right? Just buying the software, but it doesn't mean everything. It is a preparation, but it does not involve the planning into it.
The brain and mechanism has to be professionally done behind the scene, right?
Absolutely.
Thank you very much, Amin. Viewers, it's very important. Tax can be filled by anyone through those softwares. That's not the point. The point is with which professional you work, who has an in-depth knowledge, and they can save your pennies, but in the same token, they will guide you accordingly, professionally. So Amin is a very professional chartered accountant. Give him a call, find out from him about taxation and lots of other things. We'll go to the next segment. Stay with us.
Buy low and sell high with Zia Abbas.
Hi, I'm Zia Abbas, president and owner of World Class Realty Point Brokerage. I did like to ask you a few questions. Does your current brokerage offer you multiple locations, sales training, CRM software, fresh website content, and social media exposure. Access to all exciting pre-construction condo and low-rise homes projects, all for no additional fee. Call me with the confidence to join World-Class Realty Point. I will show you how to increase your business and your income in the world of pre-construction while doing resale homes and condos.
For over 20 years, Baker Real Estate has been proud to represent the most successful new construction condominium developers in Toronto. When you buy through Baker, you know you've bought the best.
Welcome to 1215 York Mills at the Ravine. Tower 1 offers modern 1, 2, and 3 bedroom suites from the mid-200s, owned from $12.35 per month, free parking included. Next to the Don Valley Parkway, close to Fairview Mall, shops of Don Mills, schools, and parks. Limited time offer, 8% interest on your deposit or up to $15,000 in upgrades. Presentation Center and Model Suite, 1213 York Mills Road. Call 416-850-2489 or visit theravine.ca.
ABN is a full-service boutique accounting firm. ABN can provide you with a range of financial and advisory services that can help create, build, and protect value. See beyond the numbers. CPAs can do so much more.
Abrahams LLP. We provide services in corporate law, civil litigation, and real estate.
We are lawyers to Toronto's entrepreneur.
Buy low and sell high with Zia Abbas.
Viewers, thank you for watching us. It's time to wrap the program. I'm quite hopeful you like the program, and especially Cosmos project is the project to consider. Keep sending your emails and give me a call for any real estate concern. Stay blessed and see you all next week. Thank you.
Buy low and sell high with